Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Ticcing Together. As always, the goal of this channel is to provide education about and to raise awareness as to what it's like living with Tourette syndrome. In today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's been on my mind that's bothering me, and I just feel like I needed to address it. And so for those of you new here, my name is Carly. I'm 23 years old. I got rice. And I was diagnosed with Tourette syndrome when I was 12 years old. So I've had tics realistically for over 20 years now, because I had tics back when I was 3, and it's just been a doozy. It's been a long time of dealing with tics. And so the thing I wanted to talk about today was just how difficult the concept of hiding tics is. Because I had to go get blood work today, and I was there and I was just like, you can't tic when there's a needle in your arm. And so, I mean, in that case, suppression is pretty much necessary. But I'm talking about the times where like you're just having a conversation with someone, or you're just walking down the street and something in your brain is like, I can't be ticking, I need to be suppressing. And this is something that I feel like is pretty common for a lot of people with Tourette syndrome because of the stigma that has been presented on it. So as I said, I just want to talk about how hard it is hiding tics. Because, I don't know, I have a whole weird view on this. So when I was younger in junior high school, I would suppress my tics all day in class because I didn't want to be seen as the weird kid. I didn't want to be known that I had Tourette syndrome. I didn't want to be seen as the weird kid. So I suppressed all the time. And hiding this, looking back, I really regret it. But I have like I said, I have a very weird time comprehending why I'm hiding this from people. And I think it goes back to the idea that I really just want to cater to other people. I don't want people to see me doing weird movements or making weird sounds because I don't want to bother people. And that's something that I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, I should be living for myself, And so hiding tics is heckin' hard. Suppression is hard. But I feel like I've gotten to a point in my life where I just do it constantly because I don't want people to know, still to this day, that I have Tourette syndrome, because I'm still kind of ashamed of it. And so the idea that social media has turned Tourette's into some woohoo, let's have this, it's a trend, that really, really bothers me because I've lived with it for a while. And I've always felt like, oh, I need to hide this because it's something that people don't want to see. But now that people are embracing it, I'm also trying to embrace it. I guess I just wanted to talk about how hiding tics can be so second nature to someone with Tourette syndrome that it almost feels like you feel like you're faking yourself, because you're like, well, if I can hide these so much, do I really have Tourette's? Am I faking? What the heck? And that's something that I have really been bothered by lately because of all this new stigma on TikTok and social media platforms of people actually faking Tourette syndrome to get followers. And I mean, I have documentation. I was diagnosed, like I said, when I was 12, so 11 years ago now. And it's not like I know for a fact that I am valid, but it's just the fact that I can suppress and that I'm not ticking every 5 seconds makes me feel like I'm not valid, and it makes me feel like I'm dealing with that whole impostor syndrome type thing. And so my fear is that now that I've told my close family and friends and basically everyone on Facebook and this YouTube channel that I have Tourette syndrome, I got rice. Hi. My fear is that if someone I don't know very well sees me and they see that I'm not ticking, they're gonna be like, is she a fraud? What the heck is this channel for? And that's what really bothers me, is because as someone who has Tourette syndrome, I am lucky enough that I can suppress to an extent, but also I'm medicated enough that my tics have kind of been on the back burner for a little bit, and I don't know how I feel about that because I'm not a fan of medication. You guys have probably seen my medication withdrawal videos. Ugh. But it's such a... The communists are coming. Hi. It's such a weird thing, having Tourette syndrome and being able to hide it in certain situations, because my whole life I've just felt like hide. No one needs to know that you have this because it's bad. And so, like I said, my fear is that someone will see me not ticking and be like, well, she's over-exaggerating on her YouTube channel, or whatever. And that's not the case, because people with Tourette's know that they have different levels of comfort sometimes. And my good friend Willie, who's been on my channel, has a really good quote where he says, "You will only see what I'm comfortable showing you." And that is so true, because if I'm with a stranger, I will crank that suppression dial up to 11 because I don't want them to see me doing things that are weird or not normal, because I just want to always make a good impression. And again, this goes to catering other people, which is like, why am I doing this? Why don't I just like live authentically? And that's where I feel like there's a huge dichotomy, because it's like, do I cater to others or do I cater to myself? And of course, people are gonna be like, oh, Carly, cater to yourself. You're more important, you know? And I feel like that's true to an extent, but also I don't want to make people uncomfortable, and I don't want to put myself first in those situations, because I want people, at the end of the day, I want people to like me. And I know that's so stupid, but I really just want people to know me and not associate me with Tourette syndrome, which may sound weird because this whole channel is about Tourette syndrome, but that's just because I want to dedicate this platform here to raising awareness and providing education. I got rice about the communists are coming, about Tourette syndrome, because I feel like it's really important to break the stigma and get awareness out there, so people who are in my shoes, maybe a little bit younger, don't feel like they have to hide every part of their life around people just to fit in or to feel better about themselves. And so I guess that's why I wanted to make this video, just to talk about how hard it is to hide tics, but also how there's like a double standard in society where people are always like, oh, be yourself, but then the same people will come at you if you're doing a tic that's inappropriate or rude and say, hey, stop that. And that's where I'm just like, what's the right thing to do here, you know? Because I, of course, would love to live freely, but at work, I don't want to be flipping people off, or I don't want to be saying the communists are coming. I don't want to be saying the communists are coming to random customers at work, or if I'm walking on the street, a stranger doesn't want to hear me say I got rice, you know? And that's where I struggle. And I think my struggles are valid, but this whole idea of imposter syndrome is really getting to me lately, because again, I know for a fact, like, yeah, I have Tourette's and it may not be as severe as everyone else's out there. Hi, but I still think I'm valid, and I think that you guys are valid too, no matter what the severity level of your tics is, because when I was younger, I could not sit still. I would tic constantly, and that's why I feel so bad sometimes for being on this channel and advocating when I don't always have tics in my videos 24/7. And honestly, it is a level of comfort. If I'm feeling super comfortable that day, I will be ticking. But if I'm a little bit on edge, sometimes my tics kind of go on the wayside because I don't want to be vulnerable. And I don't know if a lot of people with Tourette's experience this too, where if they are kind of scared or in danger in their mind, that their tics just kind of, they hide as much as they can. And it almost makes me feel like I'm not being myself, and that all my concentration is on suppressing my tics, so my brain is not fully there. And I feel like a lot of the time in my daily life that I'm not fully present because I'm always suppressing. So that's the thing I just wanted to address. I don't know if people relate to this at all, but if you do, I would love it if you would leave a comment and let me know, because I just feel so meh. I feel bad, and I don't know why. It's just annoying. But I guess the point of this video is to let you guys know that people with Tourette syndrome, people with Tourette syndrome can hide their tics, but it can be difficult, and it's not something that you should encourage. And that's something that I wish society would change. And I feel like TikTok could have done such a good thing by raising awareness, but all these little kids and teenagers and even adults are latching on to the concept of Tourette syndrome to gain followers. And I feel like it's just been such a detriment to our community. It's making it seem like more of a joke, and I just feel like it's such a step back. And so that's annoying, but whatever, side note. So if you're out there with Tourette syndrome and you're like me, where you don't experience I got rice, hi, 20, 20, 20, 20, hi, and you don't experience tics 24/7, like every 5 seconds, I mean, just know that you're valid, because I feel like a lot of people out there are like, oh, if you're not one of those people with the most severe case of Tourette syndrome, you're not valid. And that's what makes me really sad and makes me want to not come on here and share my story, because I feel like part of me is like, I'm not really the one you should be listening to because I don't have the most severe case. But then another part of me is like, I might as well just raise awareness the best I can because I do deal with it. And I don't want people to doubt me, because I do hide my tics pretty much consistently, unless I'm in my room by myself. And I feel like that's so not good. And I would encourage you guys out there with Tourette syndrome or tic disorders to please let out your tics. Don't be like me and feel like you have to cater to everyone and please societal standards, because that's so bad for your mental health. So I know this video was super random and kind of spontaneous, but I really just wanted to address the fact that imposter syndrome is real. People with Tourette syndrome are real and they don't have to be ticking every 5 seconds to be valid. And hiding tics is a really big struggle in my life and probably a lot of other people's lives too. So if you relate to any of this, I would love it so much if you would leave a comment down below letting me know what your thoughts are, or just saying hi. I honestly love hearing from you guys. If you want to stay tuned to more educational content about Tourette syndrome, as well as some of my life stories of living with the disorder for over 10 years, I would be so genuinely appreciative if you would subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to stay tuned to all of my content. I would really appreciate that so much, because my goal here is to raise awareness and break the stigma that Hollywood has put on this disorder, which I feel like is just not good. So please subscribe if you want. If you like this video or if you relate to it at all, please give it a thumbs up, because every thumbs up I get makes me ridiculously happy. One of my videos has like over 500 thumbs up and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So yeah, as always, we're learning together, we're laughing together, and we're ticking together. Hi. Have a wonderful evening and thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this lighting was not distracting. It's my mood lighting. I'm really feeling it. And it makes my tics a little bit more like, just relaxing. So yeah, bye guys. I got rice.